Looking for a motor coach with high-quality manufacturing and an impeccable ride? Then look no further than a Tempsa Motorcoach. Distributed by CH Bus Sales, the company offers a family of fully integral coaches in both midsize and full size at an affordable price. Visit chbussales.com/new coaches for more information. This is Motorcoach Travel News, MTN, from the American Bus Association. Here's Dan Ronan.
We're on location outside the United States Department of Transportation in Washington, D.C.
We'll have a lot more from the United States Department of Transportation and explain why we were there in just a moment. And we'll tell you about some of the top government officials who came out to see the industry's newest motor coaches and learn about the great environmental benefits of riding a bus. But first, here's the latest on the ABA's Marketplace. Registration for the 2016 Marketplace in Louisville, Kentucky is now open, and we want you to join your friends and colleagues January the 9th through the 12th in one of America's great cities. There's more about Marketplace and registration information on our website. The information is on your screen. Now, if you ever needed a justification to come to the ABA's Marketplace, we have important news for you. The ABA's 2015 Marketplace in St. Louis in January was a huge success. The annual post-Marketplace survey of delegates shows the more than 3,500 people who were there, well, they booked more than $54 million in business at Marketplace or immediately in the weeks after the show. That $54 million figure is an increase of nearly $6.7 million over the 2014 Nashville Marketplace. And that's a 14% increase in business activity booked at Marketplace or directly after the show as a result of the networking connections and the relationships made in St. Louis. And it's another reason why you need to join us in Louisville in January. The website for Marketplace information is on your screen. And the full release from ABA and the John Dunham and Associates survey about the value of Marketplace is on our website at buses.org. You'll hear a lot more about the ABA's 2016 Marketplace in Louisville on buses.org, MTN, and other ABA publications.
Back in a moment on MTN after this message from Motorcoach Industries.
Time now for the MCI Green Operators segment. When the United States Department of Transportation marked Earth Day recently, the American Bus Association, Motorcoach Industries, and Maryland-based Airbus were front and center. The leadership of the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, led by Chief Counsel Scott Darling and its Chief Enforcement Officer Jack Van Steenberg, toured a new MCI J model coach owned by Airbus.
So this and this row of seats, you'll see have these red handles. They slide forward, and then the lift brings the folks right back here.
Mike McDonald is the general manager of the Maryland-based Airbus that's been a long-time member of ABA.
One of the biggest things that we really like about this bus is it actually cleans the air as it goes up the road. As it takes the air intake into the engine as part of its cooling process, it goes through an emissions gas recirculation process and then goes through a diesel particulate filter as well as a process where diesel emissions fluid is introduced where there's only 5 parts per million of soot that's released through the tailpipe, which is required by the 2011 EPA law. To become a green coach, again, it's taking 55, 56 cars potentially off the road, and with all of the emission gases and things that go along with that, it's taking people off the street, putting them in a motor coach in a very safe and comfortable ride to and from work or wherever their destination may be.
The MCI Green Operators segment in front of key officials of the United States Department of Transportation on Earth Day.
At once thoroughly modern and utterly timeless, the Prevost H345 is the ultimate in touring coaches. It not only boasts the tallest high deck in the industry and exceptional passenger comfort, but also offers outstanding panoramic views. The Prevost H345 has more underfloor storage capacity than any other coach in its class, allowing for maximum stowing of passenger luggage and belongings. Give your customers the ultimate Prevost experience. PrevostCar.com.
ABA is always working in Washington to make sure the interests of our members are protected, whether it's telling the industry story to the media or testifying before Congress. Here are some recent high-profile examples. When the ABA's board of directors were in Washington recently for the annual policy meeting, they had 24 high-profile meetings with several members of the Senate, the House, and important staff leadership. These meetings were an excellent opportunity for ABA's board to talk directly with lawmakers and staff about the important issues facing the industry during the 114th Congress and beyond, especially concerning the transportation reauthorization process and the motorcoach travel and tourism industry's impact on the U.S. economy. ABA is always trying to be at the forefront when it comes to government relations. Also at the ABA's Board of Directors meeting, Scott Darling, the chief counsel at the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, who spoke and took questions. At the same time Mr. Darling was at the ABA's leadership meeting, ABA was presenting testimony to the House of Representatives when it comes to what ABA says is the broken system when it comes to motorcoach inspections. In written testimony, ABA President and CEO Peter Pantuso once again explained why ABA believes that routine, unscheduled, en route motorcoach inspections are potentially a safety hazard to the motorcoach passengers because of the lack of facilities to accommodate the people on the vehicle. Motorcoach passengers are entitled to the same protections as other modes of transportation, including a compliant operator with inspected vehicles. Roadside inspections, including weigh stations, put passengers in danger, establish unforeseen and unpredictable delays, and set up a discriminatory process which classifies motorcoach transportation as a second-tier system. Simply put, we do not land planes mid-flight or stop trains for inspections, so why should we stop buses mid-trip? Passengers are entitled to the same safety net for motorcoaches as is present in other forms of commercial public transportation. ABA's full testimony and other information is available on our website at buses.org. Also recently, ABA's Peter Pantuso was a guest on the Network Radio's Jim Bohannon Show talking about the motorcoach industry. Here's a portion of that interview.
You may be a unique industry in that you actually ask for more federal regulation in some cases because there are very responsible members of the bus community, the Greyhounds and Trailways of the world, and then there are some bad actors.
Well, we've asked for more regulation, more dollars to enforce existing regulation for a number of years, and we need to see that continue to happen. And unfortunately, what we've seen some improvements by the Department of Transportation at getting some of the bad actors off the road. We know that they can do a better job. We know that now they're spending too much time looking at the good companies, spending days and days, if not weeks and weeks in their offices until they try to find something, while bad operators continue to operate down the highway and run under the radar.
And sometimes cause accidents.
And many times cause accidents. I mean, you can always predict that when you see these kinds of companies that have these poor safety records, that at some point they are literally an accident waiting to happen.
A big thank you to Motorcoach Industries, Airbus, and the good folks at the United States Department of Transportation as we take MTN on the road. I'm Dan Ronan. Thanks for watching. See you here next month.